I think we played a lot better against Butler than we had in the previous games. But Butler is playing arguably their best basketball of the year. I mean, they came off a 15-point win or so against Villanova, which down the stretch they were completely dominant in that game. And outside of the last 3 minutes, we did everything we could do to put ourselves in a position to win, and we came up short. And we can't let the disappointment steer us from being better next time and working to improve. And I've loved our guys' attitude. It's not easy when you lose games, but we've come back every single day and tried to get better in practice. And that's all I can ask our guys to do, and hopes that we can flip the script tomorrow night.
When you look at the keys for the Marquette game, the live ball turnovers at the end of the last game led to the loss, but the ones at the beginning of the Marquette game just a few games ago set the tone for it. How much is protecting the ball a priority here?
I mean, it's a big deal for this team, and it's been our Achilles heel. It's hurt us in big moments. I mean, never more evident than the game against Butler in the last 3-4 minutes. I mean, we had 3 straight turnovers for touchdowns when it's a 2-point game, and you just can't win. You can't win doing that. And so we have to figure out a way, both as coaches and players, to better position ourselves to not make those choices and be stronger with the ball and get a good shot. And that's what we're working on every day.
Nights like the night Marcus Howard had are typically rare events in the career of a college athlete, but given what he showed you, do you envision the defensive matchup going any differently?
Well, we needed to, otherwise we'll be sitting here in the same predicament. Look at his percentage. I mean, he didn't have a hot game against us. I mean, he was out of his mind. He shot extremely well, but that's been his identity all year long. I mean, he's shooting 55 or 56% from the three-point line, leads the country. I mean, he's dangerous. We have to know where he's at on the floor at all times. The difficult thing is, he's not the only guy that can do it at a high level. His running mate Andrew Rousey shoots the, heck out of the ball, and they generally have a stretch 4. I mean, they're a very, very dangerous three-point shooting team, and Marcus Howard certainly showed us that firsthand a couple weeks ago.
Tomorrow obviously holds some significance for the standings in the league. I'm wondering what kind of a balance, how do you try to strike a balance with your guys when it comes to impressing upon them the importance of the game, but not going overboard?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just give our players reality. I think I've done that every year as a coach, and we have a lot to play for. And we could be in one of 2 camps. We could be in the first camp, sort of feels sorry for us and looks at all the opportunities lost, or we can look ahead and know that the only one that we can control from here on out is the one ahead of us. And it's a big challenge. Marquette drilled us at their place on National Marquette Day, and chose to have a lot of fun and talk about it during the game. And so we have an opportunity to look forward and try to make the most of that opportunity rather than worry about the ones that were squandered or we didn't take advantage of.
To your point, Coach, this is so rare around here in this type of losing streak. Are you able to maintain positivity with the guys? Do you feel like there's still kind of a positive emotion around the team?
Yeah, it's hard to lose. I mean, nobody wants to be in this position, but I've always been an optimist, and I think the worst thing that I can do is pile on and become a downer when I come to practice. I mean, all we have is one another, and the only way we're going to fix it is from within. We don't need to draw from outside sources or, gain our energy that way. And so, yeah, I do feel like I have to be ultra positive because, again, not making stuff up. We did some really good things against Butler, some really good things against, like I said, a team that probably is going to go on to be a 2 or 3 seed in the NCAA tournament, and swept Villanova, which, as you guys know, isn't easy to do. So the game was ours for the taking. Can't do anything about it. We got to move forward to the game tomorrow night.
Chris, with all the different combinations you had to use in the does that make it a little difficult to get into a flow from game to game?
I don't think so. I mean, like outside of the Marquette game, I can't ever recall a time where we got off to a lousy start. You know, so that's all it is a start. You know, for us at times it's about matchups. You know, it's about maybe matching up who they're bringing off the bench. You know, it's not always, I think, what maybe an outsider perceives, and that is, okay, who's coach playing, who's his 5 best today? You know, it's relative. Who are we playing against? You know, what do they bring to the table? You know, can they match up with us if we go out with a certain lineup? And then again, and part of it's too, guys don't play well. You know, so there's a culmination of things that puts our starting lineup out there, and that's it.
With looks like 5 seniors you guys are going to honor tomorrow, and then I guess the possibility that Trey could be playing his last game. For these senior nights in general, we'll focus on that. For the senior nights, do you find yourself having to play a little more amateur psychologist because the tendency could be for it to be a little more emotional than an average home game?
I don't get wrapped up into any of that. I just don't. We have 9 seniors we're honoring. You know, we have 4 student managers. You know, Alex, Ben, you know, Matt and Jack, who have been with us for 4 years and done an awesome job. So, you know, there's 9 student athletes and managers that aren't going to be a part of our program next year, and we're going to miss them. You know, they've done a tremendous job in their roles for Xavier, and I've been fortunate enough to work with them and also coach them. And so, you know, as far as getting wrapped up in the emotion of it, no. I think that's all overblown. You know, I used to coach girls basketball years ago, and, you know, I'd invariably get this, you know, the questions of, hey, you know, how do you coach girls, different guy? You just coach. You just coach. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than just sort of go out there and do your job.
Do you remember your senior night then?
Yeah, we beat Detroit by about 40. And I actually got to play, so I think I scored a couple buckets. You might want to look that up. But, of course, we were up by 35 or 40. And, yeah, I remember it. And, you know, it seemed like yesterday, but it wasn't. You know, last thing I'd say is, you know, to our fans, like, we need you tomorrow night. You know, it's easy to follow, you know, a program that's winning nonstop, you know, throughout the course of the season. It was easy to be in the seats a year ago, cheering it on, but we're playing for a whole lot. And I didn't feel that atmosphere was what it needed to be on Sunday. Maybe we didn't do our part, but, you know, stick with us. You know, we've got a lot to play for. A year ago, we had a magical ride, and it ended very suddenly. And we've talked to our team all year long about finishing. And there's one home game left. We need every student that can get in the building to get in the building. You know, make it loud, make it raucous. You know, there's a million other teams in Division I that would give their right arm to have the opportunity that we have tomorrow night. And, you know, if I'm begging for your help, I am. I don't like losing. Our program doesn't like losing. You're not used to it. So come out and make this place as loud as you possibly can make it tomorrow night. Thanks.